I think what got me the most in the book was the dilemma that these guys were faced with. Being compromised by the three goat farmers, a young man, a teenage boy, and an older man, knowing that if they let them go, there was a very, very good chance they were going to get into a very dangerous gunfight with a lot of guys, a lot more than they had. And that these four young men had to, have a very complicated ethical and practical debate over what the correct thing to do was, and there really was no easy answer. The movie, for the most part, is an operation film. You get to know the guys a bit before the film starts, before the operation starts, and then very quickly you're on the op. You understand what the operation is. That it's a capture, or it's a locate and potentially capture this Taliban leader named Ahmad Shah, and you are sort of dropped in with the four main guys from almost immediately, and you go somewhat in real time through the operation. And it was my goal to kind of, try and put the audience in there as sort of the fifth man. For me, the story is about the humanity of these soldiers and how much love they have for each other, how dedicated they are to protecting each other, how incredibly human they are when faced with this very horrific problem, and how they go about trying to decide how to get out of a problem that really has no easy answer. I think it further just illustrates their humanity and their love for each other. And so I think at the end of the day, this film is about brotherhood. It's about sacrifice. It's about the human connection and the human quality of loving your brother. The Mark that I know is also a pretty sweet guy, and he can be tough if he needs to, but he's not. He's not arrogant. He's not a bully. He doesn't act like an obvious tough guy. And I thought that there was a great similarity there, and that if Mark could play that vulnerability in the midst of a very violent situation and be violent yet vulnerable at the same time, I thought that that would be a real positive in capturing Marcus, and I think he did that. When I read the book, it just spoke to so many different aspects of military life and brotherhood and sacrifice and character that mean a lot to me. So that was all a big part of it for me. What I've observed with the phenomenon of lone survivor, people reading the book, people working on the film, and now people seeing the film, is that it really does, make people very thankful for what they have, probably willing to work a little bit harder and not be so quick to give up on something, very, very willing to embrace the team. We've shown the film now to, last week we showed it to the Washington Redskins team, we showed it to the Dallas Cowboys team, and the spirit in the theater after the film is palpable, and you feel the guys are talking about this is what a team is. This is what really working together for something bigger than our own ego or bigger than our own individuality is about. It's about a brotherhood. It's about coming together as a group, protecting each other, loving each other, looking out for each other, and finding a greater strength as a team than you could ever find as an individual. It's really about brotherhood. It's about sacrifice and team commitment. And that can be for a business, it can be for a family, it can be for a high school lacrosse team, it can be for a pro football team, it can be for anywhere, any group that needs to function as a team. And that's one of the real gems of this story, I think.